Education is a right for every student. Every day, students come to school to learn, grow, and develop, and prepare themselves for the future. But have we ever stopped and asked ourselves one important question? Is our school accessible for everyone? For many students, going to class is simple. They can easily walk to their classrooms and use the school facilities. But for the students with disabilities, a simple thing like stairs, narrow pathways, or inaccessible facilities can become a barrier. Today, we will explore accessibility and inclusion in Cebu Technological University, Danao Campus.
In this documentary, we will observe the campus, identify accessible features and barriers, and suggest ways to make our school more accessible.
Before we explore the campus, let us first understand what inclusive education really means.
Inclusive education means that all students are welcome in school, including students with disabilities.
It means every one of us has opportunities to participate, learn, and succeed.
Inclusive education ensures that no student is left behind, while inclusive schools promote equality, respect, and understanding among students.
When students learn together, they also learn to respect each other's and appreciate each other's differences.
Now that we understand inclusive education, let us look why accessibility importance in schools. Accessibility plays an important role in inclusive education.
Accessibility means that school facilities are designed so everyone can use them safely and comfortably.
For example, ramps help students who use wheelchairs at their buildings.
Handrails on stairs help students maintain their balance and also prevent accidents.
Wide pathways allow students to move freely around their campus when the school provides accessible facilities. Students with abilities can participate fully in school life.
Now, let us walk around the campus and observe accessible features that we can see.
As we explore the Cebu Technological University Danao campus, we notice several accessibility features. Some buildings have ramps that help students who use wheelchairs.
Some staircases have handrails that provide safety and support.
We also saw wide walkways that allow students to move comfortably. Although there are ramps in some buildings, they are only accessible up to the third floor. Because of this, accessing the fourth floor may still be difficult or challenging for some students with mobility impairment. We also noticed that some newly built buildings still do not have ramps, which limit accessibility in those areas.
The restrooms are not really accessible. For example, the restroom of the female located at the first floor and the third floor, and also the restroom of the male located at the second floor. Because of this, students may have difficulty to access it.
Aside from that, there is also a lack of braille signing around the campus, making it hard for the visually impaired student to navigate independently.
Some pathways are narrow and may limit the movements of students who use mobility aids.
These observations show that although the campus already has accessible features, there are still improvements that can be made.
To better understand these challenges, we must first learn about some important concepts. The first concept is impairment. Impairment refers to a problem in body function such as difficulty seeing, hearing, or walking. The second concept is disability. Disability refers to difficulty performing certain activities because of an impairment. The third concept is handicap. Handicap happens when the environment creates barriers for a person with disability. For example, if a building only has stairs and no ramp, a wheelchair user may not be able to enter. This shows that sometimes the environment creates the barrier, not the person.
In the Philippines, several laws protect persons with disabilities.
One example is Batas Pamansang Bilang 344, or also known as the Accessibility Law. This law requires public places and buildings to provide accessibility features.
Another law is Republic Act number 277, also known as the Magna Carta for Disabled Persons.
There is also Republic Act number 9442, which provides additional benefits for persons with disability. These laws ensures that persons with disabilities are treated fairly and given equal opportunities.
Accessibility and inclusion are not only national concerns, they are also part of global goals. Inclusive education is connected to Sustainable Development Goal 4. This goal focuses on providing quality education for everyone. It reminds us that education should be accessible and inclusive for all learners.
To make our campus more inclusive, several improvements can be suggested.
First, the university can build more ramps in buildings that only have stairs.
Second, walkways can be improved to make them wider and safer.
Third, installing braille signage can help students with visual impairments.
Fourth, accessible restrooms should be provided. Even small improvements can make a big difference in creating an inclusive learning environment.
Finally, let us reflect on what we learned from our observation.
Inclusive education means giving every student a fair chance to learn. Our observation shows that while there are some accessible features, barriers still exist. These barriers can limit students from fully participating in school. That is why improving accessibility is important for everyone.